Well, we like to do a little bit of weeding, but as you can tell, my plot has been overrun with weeds because it's been neglected. Just haven't been here much, and things take priority, and we've got all sorts of material here stacked up, and the compost bin, as you can see, it's been full to the top. We've got room for a little bit more, but I've got to find a way to get somewhere to put these. It's no good having them stacked up everywhere because there's lots more to get out. Weeds everywhere. So I'm going to use these on this bed. I had originally put some fresh horse manure on here. We borrowed that to help out with some of the pallet collar beds. We got it covered in cardboard, but I've got a couple of pallet collars and probably a few more that aren't up to scratch, but I'm going to fill these. And as we know, most of the weeds, vegetables, anything that we put into our compost bins has got 80% moisture in, so instead of it going to waste in the ground, I'm going to put it straight in here because I've got lots to do, and this won't even touch it, but I can stack them up and pile it in just to get rid of it. And then I can get some autumn leaves, which my regular, who is blowing them off his bit of garden onto the waste area, I need to collect those. I can put these round here to stop some of the weeds. So let's start filling these. I've got this idea from Bernie Clark. I'll put his video on the end screen. That's the cards or end screens that you see at the end of my videos. Click on that and that'll take you to his video. He composts that way and moves them about, so basically all the nutrients are dropping out into that bed, and he grows some really good vegetables and makes really good compost this way. He shows you how he makes his compost in those pallet collars. So let's get some material in. It's just somewhere where I can dump it. It'd be out of the way. Well, that's much better. It's surprising what you can learn from others, and then we can put our own spin on them. I haven't lined these pallet collars, they're not 100% brilliant, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes, because I've still got a lot more weeding to do. The strawberries have got to come out. A bit more up there to do. And this is as far as we've got. But at least now I can put the weeds somewhere out the way. As those flatten down and fill up, I can keep topping up my main bin. And we talk about juices. That's to stop the worms as the worms come out. You see the baby worm there? He hasn't got a clue what he's supposed to be doing. But there's the juices. Black gold, but I do tend to use that as an activator, not a food. So let it put that on my leaf mould, and this bin never dries out, but it does get a little bit too warm. For the worms, it is supposed to be a cold bin, but you keep adding greens, it does get warm, so the top has to be left open, just so that they hopefully stay in here with all those other little creepy crawlies doing a wonderful job. And I do believe the rats have been in here. But they, as you can see, they turn the compost, they bring it up, dig a hole, bring the stuff from the bottom up to the top. All the microbes then work on this. So the rats do come in useful. And there's no good trying to block the holes up, because nature always finds a way. So I'll set myself a target of 1 hour today to do some weeds. Then I can concentrate on doing some strawberries, moving those, topping the beds up, and then I can clear these here and get these pallet collars in and plant some of the strawberry runners. So we'll have year 2 strawberries down that end, and this year's runners this end, and then we can start rotating them. Supposed to do that every 3 years. Not sure whether I'm going to use this bed for giant veg, or remove these, top the beds up, and pop some of the better quality strawberry plants that aren't affected by any vine weevil. The peppers are coming to an end, and the Christmas potatoes are looking very well indeed. And it won't be long before I have to get the trommel out. I use a disability scooter motor and wheels to turn that where the white silicone is. We'll set that all up here. I've got that there because I need to do the nettle tea, and I've also got to empty my comfrey pipe to get the comfrey cake out. If you're interested in any of this, then please consider subscribing. Hit the bell for all so that you don't miss any of my updates. That's my manure runoff. We haven't done that for a while, probably since COVID. There's the comfrey plant food, and there's the nettle. So any nettle we get out of here will go into the nettle bin. And this is my comfrey bed. This is one that does spread, and for some unknown reason I've got one that's arrived here from elsewhere because it's different coloured flowers. And this is my Bocking 14 that shouldn't spread. Yeah, squeezed out there. But we'll let that carry on, and then we'll let it die back so it feeds that crown. Those roots will go down 2, 3, 4 meters to pick up all the nutrients that soak away from here, and maybe the runoff from the cemetery just over the back there. Gross, isn't it, really, when you think about it? These are my manure runoff bins, being used for the compost that we find that are unscrupulously dumped by the cannabis growers, and the juices should flow into there. And it's the same on the opposite side, and basically we've got half a IBC in there, so none of those juices escape. And that's on the opposite side. That one's got the cocoa coir in. and we lined it with what we get our compost delivered in, so the shrink wrap it, and I'll make good use of it, recycle it for a little longer. The roofing system I put on to stop extra water getting into the manure runoff, so it kept it to a good strength, is working really well, because we're collecting enough water now, and those barrels are all interconnected with the siphoning system, so that we don't have to worry about moving water around, and we'll get 2 more barrels stuck in there, move the chair, the bench. It's well worth collecting your rainwater, guys and girls. The wind played a little bit of havoc with the bug hotel wildlife area, but none of the little animals have fallen off, so hopefully over the winter we'll have some be a nice place for some creatures to live in, even if they are our 4-legged furry friends that dig our compost bins. So it's a hello and a goodbye. Please remember to thumbs up, thumbs down for the interaction. Please leave me a comment, and maybe you'd like to consider subscribing so you don't miss any of my future updates over this coming winter, because gardening never stops. Not here anyway. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.